Nina Yu.
And I'm Sweta Sidir.
And the title of our performance is
DNA Fingerprinting, an idea that revolutionized criminal investigations. DNA fingerprinting has had a major influence on criminal investigations.
This technology was invented by Alec Jeffries and has assisted in over 46,000 investigations.
In America, DNA fingerprinting has quite a list of accomplishments, proving over 303 defendants innocent and proving many guilty as well.
This technology was soon accepted by courts around the world and was greatly improved upon with the genetic technique of polymerase chain reaction, PCR.
The use of DNA fingerprinting continues to be a vital tool and is viewed as the most significant turning point in history for criminal investigations.
In 1985, the Frank Lee Smith case began and showed that DNA fingerprinting is the difference of life and death. Here, Frank Lee Smith, a schizophrenic prisoner, is wrongfully accused of murder, and Donald Jones, his attorney, contemplating the wrongs of the case.
Your Honor, today we've heard the story of an innocent man. No. Your Honor, there's no evidence proving that Frank is a murderer, let alone evidence beyond a reasonable doubt. Oh, no! I can't do this. There's no way the judge will rule in favor of the defendants, no matter how persuasive, no matter how much proof I provide. But Frank is innocent.
I am innocent. I am innocent! What did I do to deserve such hatred and lies? I didn't kill Chandra Whitehead. I didn't rape her. Heck, I don't even know her. But do the police believe me? No. All because I'm black.
It's because of his race, isn't it? It's 1990, but prejudice still hasn't faded here in Florida. I have yet to see a shred of accurate evidence from the murder of Chandra. Even the prosecution's key witness has recanted her testimony, claiming that Frank is innocent. I wish they would just accept DNA fingerprinting technology for this case. I mean, what are they so afraid of? That Frank is innocent? This case is awful.
My life is awful, terrible. I was brought into a life of poverty and crime. When I was a teen, I had small fights here and there, and it just got worse. Soon I found myself in jail for murder. What was I thinking? I told myself then and there that I would never go back. But here I am. Here I am, again.
Again and again, I ask myself how this could be. What has happened to America, the land of justice and freedom? I hope a change will come. This has been too hard a life for Frank.
It's been too hard a living, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come.
DNA fingerprinting was the change that everyone needed. Unfortunately, Frank died of cancer just 10 months before it was finally able to prove him innocent. As one of Frank's attorneys said, DNA fingerprinting is a blessing because it turned on a light in a dark room where we can suddenly see many of the things that have been going wrong with our cases. Now, let's go back to 1984, to Alec Jeffries' messy lab, where we will see him discover the greatest breakthrough for forensics. My, what a mess.
Mr. Jeffries.
Wait, could this be?
Mr. Jeffries, we need
Eureka! They can come over here. You'll never believe what I've discovered.
Does it have to do with your genetic mutations research?
No, it's better. You see, this experiment I conducted over the weekend is giving me much better results than I was hoping for. There's special areas of DNA called mini-satellites where there's highly variable regions of DNA. And in these mini-satellites are short sequences of DNA that are repeated multiple times. Single tandem repeats, or STRs. The number of these repeats varies from one individual to the next. And these dark bands show the different number of variations. Each one is unique to the individual.
Oh my, Not only do we have access to great genetic markers for mapping genes and chromosomes, but we've developed a method of biological identification.
Imagine the uses.
Like forensics.
Yes.
Any blood mark or bodily fluid left behind off a crime scene can easily detect the criminal involved. This will be revolutionary for criminal investigations.
And look over here. We've got the DNA of a family of seals. In the middle is the baby seal's DNA, and it's clearly a combination of both the mother's DNA over here and the father's DNA over here. With this knowledge, we'll be able to resolve paternity disputes.
So many uses.
And to think, within this century, we went from not even understanding the importance of DNA and its structure to now being able to use it to biologically identify a person.
Huh, kind of like a fingerprint.
Yeah, a DNA fingerprint. In 1986, 2 years after the discovery of DNA fingerprinting, it was used for the first time to solve a criminal case.
All right, listen up, everybody. A dead body was found in Enderby. The victim has been identified as Dawn Ashworth, who was raped and murdered. The only evidence we have from Dawn is the semen, so we're going to try a new technology called DNA fingerprinting, invented only 2 years ago by Alec Jeffries. We'll see if the DNA matches our current suspect, Richard Buckland. You guys can go.
Hello, Alec Jeffries. I'm here to collect the DNA sample of Richard Buckland.
Oh, David Baker, head investigator. About your DNA fingerprinting, does it really work? I mean, it looks like a bunch of random lines.
Well, of course it works. Each person has their own unique pattern, and I've used this method successfully for many paternity suits.
Yes, but this is the first criminal case you've done.
And as long as I've got the DNA, I'm sure everything will run smoothly. Good day, Mr. Baker.
Good day. Are the results in yet?
Yes, they are. Richard Buckland is innocent. His DNA and the semen sample don't match.
What? But he was spotted near the crime scene. All our evidence clearly relates towards him.
After multiple tests, the results are conclusive. Oh, and this DNA matches the DNA evidence found in a previous rape and murder case 3 years ago, Linda Mann. This criminal is much more dangerous than we ever suspected. We've got to find another suspect somehow.
Well, our only option is to collect blood samples of all the men living in the area of the crime scene. We can eliminate most based on blood types, but you'll have to do a DNA fingerprinting test on the rest.
If that's what it takes.
Unfortunately, the DNA test showed that none of the men matched to the DNA of the murderer.
I can't believe not a single DNA fingerprint matched. It's 1987. 3 years it has worked. Or so I thought.
Well, what should we do? We have no evidence, no suspects, just a dead body. Hello? A man has not provided a blood sample? Colin Pitchfork. Thank you. Mr. Jeffries, don't lose hope yet.
By September of 1987, DNA fingerprinting was able to prove that Colin Pitchfork was the murderer of both Linda Mann and Dawn Ashworth.
Thank you, Mr. Jeffries. I'll admit, I was skeptical in the beginning, but your invention was instrumental in convicting a murderer.
Well, I want to thank you. Without this opportunity, I don't think DNA fingerprinting would have ever been used to solve a criminal case. This was the first time I wasn't dealing with a dispute over a chaotic family relationship. This was life and death.
It is amazing to see a scientific invention can help in the society. This technology will be the turning point in history for criminal investigations.
Before DNA fingerprinting was introduced to the public and courtrooms, thousands of people were wrongfully accused of crimes, and many even died, just like Frank Lee Smith.
The accidental invention of DNA fingerprinting by Alec Jeffries has helped assisted in over 46,000 investigations.
DNA fingerprinting continues to make improvements and advancements, like with the technique of polymerase chain reaction, or PCR, which makes it a more reliable source of evidence in courtrooms.
This idea proved to be more than just a scientific invention. It has intertwined itself in history.
DNA fingerprinting is a turning point in history that forever changed criminal investigations.